3 million people were killed. That's not real communism. Real communism is just nice and warm and fuzzy, and no, it isn't, because if you're going to control and take over every single part of the state, if you're going to take over private property, if you're going to take over everything that any corporation owns, you have to do it by force. No one's going to give up all that stuff. You have to do it by force. You have to be prepared to use force, and you have to then keep force in there. Marx was very explicit. He said, when you got people who are resentful and hating something, don't stop it. Actually use it, encourage it, because that's what we want to have weaponized. And we see that in left-wing politics today, weaponize hate. If you believe that class war is the only way through to the new utopia, you're not interested in compromise. You're not interested in coming together, in finding a middle ground. You're not interested in the sharing of ideas. You don't actually want a rapprochement. You believe class war is going to be what is going to finally go into violence. And then when we have the revolution, you will take power. You will take the property of the elite, the privileged, the wealthy, whatever they are, and then you will run it differently. No, they'll run it with the same human frailty as anyone else will. And actually, because by then, they've actually got to run it for the whole country. They will be making decisions. I mean, this was the thing in Russia, wasn't it? You know, one factory somewhere in the middle of nowhere is told how many tins of baked beans it's going to produce for the year, and that's it. And if that's not enough, well, you don't get any more. And someone else has to produce all the concrete, and someone else has to produce all the tractor tires. And everything becomes socially planned. And then that's why you get conscripted labor, forced labor moved, because if you're putting a new factory somewhere and you don't have the labor for it, well, you've got to move the labor. So you just round up a whole lot of people, you just reassign them for something, so then you can't choose your career. No, you can't be a doctor. We've got enough doctors already this year. You can be a plumber. We've got a plan. We need 3,000 plumbers in the next 3 years. You can be a plumber, but you can't be a doctor. Or you want to be a plumber, you can't be a plumber, you need to be a doctor. It's not a kind of privileged thing on the scale of professions. That's how the control filters in. Even if you're just going to have all this happening in a peaceful way without the violence, you still have to have total control over your population.